I make videos that look like ads, so brands pay me to make videos that don't look like ads. In the last 12 months, I've learned the art of crafting content that's not only super valuable to my audience, but also irresistible to brands. I've grown from 0 followers to 320k on TikTok and 165k on Instagram, and I make over 10k a month from brand deals alone. In this video, I'm gonna break down how I've achieved that with a simple and effective content strategy that you can copy, guide you through some steps to help you attract more brand deals, and hopefully boost your income potential as a content creator over time. So like many people, I started creating content for fun, driven by passion and creativity, wanting to get away from my 9 to 5. But as time went on, I began to see content creation differently. It wasn't just a hobby, more like a potential business. But despite experimenting with various different niches, 4 or 5 in total, over 5-6 years, financial success was just never there for me. My perspective shifted around 2 years ago when I started earning money through streaming on Twitch. This experience was kind of eye-opening for me. It made me realize the potential of content creation in a full-time career, and I kind of just wanted more money from it, but I didn't have a strategy, and I ultimately burnt out and I had to rethink my approach. Fast forward a year from that, and I pivoted towards educational content, focusing on monetization, which brought me to where I am today, which is what I think, a somewhat successful full-time content creator, kind of living my dream, doing whatever I want, whenever I want. And I'm hoping this video is going to help you take some steps that you need to take towards achieving that as well. And so the concept for helping me achieve this is quite straightforward. In more or less every niche that exists, there are businesses in it that are making products and services to sell to people in that niche. And one of the best ways to market those products and services in the niche is through trusted influencers, or influencer marketing as we know it today. As a creator, what you need to think about is how can you position yourself perfectly between the audience and the brands, whilst also at the same time maintaining authenticity and having commercial appeal. That sounds quite difficult, but following this strategy really isn't. And so how do you achieve this? So first, you want to begin with a niche that you actually have a genuine interest in. If you've got some level of expertise in it, then great. If not, it doesn't matter. If it's broad, narrow it down. If it's still too broad, narrow it down even more. You then want to start identifying what brands share the same audience as you. What are they currently selling to this audience? Is it digital products, physical products? And you need to think, how can I integrate that into my content? The best strategy, and one that worked really well for me, was uncovering under discussed products or services, because what this would massively help with is the performance and growth of my account. If you're showing your audience valuable things they've never heard of before, this creates really savable and shareable content, which obviously helps with views. And the actual edit and style doesn't have to be that good, because the main value is about the uniqueness of the content rather than the packaging. And as you get better, you can kind of niche out. As you develop your skills and your style and become better at it, when you do more well-known products that don't have that unique value, you can still smash it, because now you are a more well-rounded creator. As my journey shows, I started with streaming growth education because it was undersaturated. I then moved to streaming tools and started finding things that people had never shared videos about before that were actually valuable to streamers. And this got me quite a lot of views. I then gradually expanded to creator tools, which kind of significantly enhanced my brand appeal, because I increased my audience pool and therefore increased the amount of brands that would want to work for me, because instead of now just having streamers as my audience through the niche content, I now have content creators or people who make videos or editors, much bigger audience. And so when you continue to do this, your feed is now going to become filled with unique content on things that your audience find really valuable, and brands also love it, because you are basically doing all of the marketing and advertising for all of the products and services in the niche. So now your content, kind of already looks like ads. So brands, when they come to your page, know exactly how you would create something for them. And it also seamlessly fits in with the rest of your content. And this is what I meant by the statement at the start. I make videos that look like ads, so brands pay me to make videos that don't look like ads. I am perfectly positioned between the brands and the customer as this impartial, trusted individual. Therefore, I become a person of significance to the brands because I could potentially be a really high impact marketing channel for them. And where you see a lot of creators go wrong here is they tend to do brand deals with just stuff that's not relevant to them, and then they put it on their feed. It looks nothing like the rest of their content. It comes across as inauthentic and it performs really badly. And this is what you want to avoid, and you can easily do so with this strategy. However, one thing I will say is don't expect overnight success here. It takes time to refine your content style and establish credibility and build your brand. High quality, engaging content, is quite key to attracting brand attention, and that is not easy to achieve. You're going to need to experiment. You're going to need to stay consistent, which I'll be diving into a bit more in another video. And you're also going to have to ask yourself, is this the right approach for you? This may not suit all types of creators. If you're in the educational niche with a specific audience interest, then yes, this will most likely work. But if you're a general entertainment creator, then it's going to be harder to attract brands, as you often need a larger following for similar brand opportunities. And so just remember, the goal of this strategy isn't just becoming someone you're not and just dumping any old brand into your videos. Spend time trying to figure out what you're really passionate about, create content on it, and then try to introduce a balance of brand-infused content that is actually valuable to your audience, so that you are creating a content strategy that not only helps you grow, but is also aligned with helping you achieve your financial aspirations as a content creator, because you become more appealing to brands.